Okay, I'm recording it, guys. Today we're going to talk about zones. Um, So when we talk about the zones, we talk about where imbalance was created in the marketplace. Simple as that. Where imbalance was created in the marketplace. That is a zone. That is a zone. For example, um, when I say imbalance, I'm not talking about the normal imbalance. I'm talking about imbalance between buying and selling. So, as I told you before, a balanced market is a market where buy and sell are equal. For example, this is a buy, this is a buy, I've been trying to respond to someone. My friend was texting me on WhatsApp. So this is a bullish candle. This is a bullish candle which represents a buy program, which represent a buy program. This is a bearish candle. This bearish candle, this bearish candle represents a sell program. Presents a sell program. Since all of these candles are equal, all of these candles are equal. So this is a draw. This is a draw between buying and selling. So if you take this candle plus this candle equals this can generate a candle like this. For example, this is the open price. I say it's going to generate maybe a doji, something like this, a pin bar. You get it? Pin bar. A candle that looks like this, for example. This is a draw. Okay. This can be seen as a draw. Buying and selling are all equal. Okay. So this is a balanced market. Okay. This is a balanced market. This is a balanced market. Or for example, this one is like this. For example, this one is like this. Okay. And this one is like this. Okay. You see? Price tries to sell, and one tries to buy at the same level. Okay. You see that? So, and it did break, okay? Did break the high, okay, with body. So here, when uh when when we have something like this, so this kind of goes down, like this. This means a problem has risen. Okay, a problem has risen. Okay, so there is a problem here. There is a problem here because there is imbalance. Selling pressure is higher than buying pressure. So this becomes what? This becomes a zone. Market needs to come back. We want to see market coming back to try to to find the balance, okay? We want to see market trying to come back to find what? To find the balance in this zone, okay? So this pattern, you can call it whatever you want. You can call it engulfing candle, you can call it whatever you want, okay? What matters is that I want you to understand what is going on here. Why market needs to come back. Because it is seeking balance, okay? It's seeking balance between supply and demand, okay? Between selling and buying, okay? So understand the idea behind these candles, okay? So this is what you are going to use as of now. This is the basic understanding of zones. We are not adding manipulation as of now. We are talking about this reality we see in the screen, okay? The idea behind this. Call it engulfing candle, it's okay. But do you understand why? You understand why market needs to come back? That's what you need, okay? That's what you need. So if market comes back in the future, if it comes back here to test this zone, this is where you are going to look for either sell opportunity or a break and retest, okay? Market can break and retest, come back to test the area, or it can even, this place can even hold the price and then price goes down. So if here is the rule during the test, during 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 zone test, okay? During zone testing, during zone testing, confirmation, always remember this, confirmation, one time frame or one or two time frame lower. Just use this formula alone. One or two time frame, one or two time frame. Engulf, okay? This is the basic. This is the basic you have to understand before you do anything. You have to understand these basics before you even add those liquidities. We have seen that. That's how to identify secondary liquidities around here after this break, okay? This confirmation, one or two time frame lower, okay? One or two time frame lower, okay? So if this zone is daily, if this zone is daily and during the test, when the market is testing here, during this test, use 4 hour or 1 hour. 4 hour confirmation, 4 hour or 1 hour. Sorry. 4 hour or 1 hour or 1 hour. Okay. Then once you find the sell, look here if you find another daily zone. Okay. From daily to daily. Okay. From daily to daily. Or you can take profit on 4 hour zone again if you want. Okay. So this is a general formula. Use that. If you are on weekly, you will use daily and the 4 hour for confirmation. If you are monthly, you will use weekly and the daily to confirm. This formula is simple. 1 or 2 time frame lower engulf. Okay, this is just what you need. Okay, so again, how do we mark this zone? Okay, we only mark this zone only when the body, remember, there is something we call order block. Remember entry model on 15 minutes. Entry model on 15 minutes, when you're making entries, I told you, even if the candle closes below the open price, like this is your entry model, okay? But when we are marking these zones, we need to see this candle body breaking the low here. So if the candle is here and didn't break the low, this is not a zone. This is not a zone. Make sure the body has broken the low. Okay, then you mark the zone. The same when testing here. When we are testing here, during this test, for example, this as we did, this is a bullish candle. This is a bullish candle. This bullish candle may be like this. Okay. Okay. This is the zone, but the bullish candle went higher, traded even higher, but failed to close above the high. It immediately came back. Okay. For example, you see pattern like this. When you go to 4 hour, you find engulfing candle inside this area. So you must know that this candle has respect this zone. We always consider a break when it crosses above the high. When it crosses above the high, okay? But if it is like this, the zone is still considered to be respected. Okay? Respected. You can go ahead and still find what confirmation for possible sell. Understand that? Understand those rules. How to mark the zone and how to see if a zone was respected or not. Okay? That's it. That's it. Simple as that. Simple as that. Simple as that. We check on BTC. See. Aure. So, for example, if you look at, for example, if you look at, um, if you look at this chart, for example, this was engulfing, that was formed around here. You see, this bullish candle went higher, then price will come back and broke the low. It broke the low around here. So you see, this alone is a zone. This alone is a zone. Okay. This is a zone. This is a zone. Okay. This is a zone. So this zone was respected, okay? Because the price did not cross above the high. Remember, look at how we mark the zone. We mark only that candle. This one. We don't do something like this. No, we mark the high and the low of this candle that was engulfed. Okay. And then this is a monthly zone. To confirm that price is respecting this zone, you go to, for example, look at here. The first test was here. Price went higher and it test this area. After testing this area, price went down and it came back. So why price went higher? When price was coming back to test this area, it created another daily zone. It created another daily zone around here. Okay, around here. So this this can be seen as a supply zone. This can be seen as a demand zone. Okay, demand zone. The supply zone was created when the market was going higher to test the supply zone. It created another demand zone around here. So after testing this area around here, market went down to test again the demand zone around here. And decided to go back again to this supply zone. This supply zone is still active, okay? Because you don't see another one around here. Okay. Now, if you go to weekly, one time frame or two time frame raw, one time frame or two time frame raw to confirm a trade. Okay. So this time we are on one time frame raw. Look what happens. Okay. Once market reaches this area to test this supply zone, you can see we wait for engulfing candle on weekly. On weekly, okay? Look, this candle went down and broke the low with a body, okay? After seeing that, this is a confirmation that the price is willing to come back into this demand zone from weekly, from monthly to monthly. Remember, this is a monthly zone, it's another monthly zone, okay? Now we are on weekly to find what? To find the confirmation. So meaning after this break, the next candle comes back to test the zone. This becomes a daily zone, okay? I mean a weekly zone, this one. This one becomes what? This one becomes a weekly zone. This one becomes what? A weekly zone. Remember, we are adding the zones. You didn't add what? You didn't add any form of, you didn't add any form of liquidity and whatever. Okay? You are simply using zones, okay, to understand the direction. Okay. So you are trading all the way down here to the weekly zone. I mean to the monthly zone, as you can see. This is the monthly zone. You are trading all the way to the monthly zone. After trading to the monthly zone, remember this is a trade for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, okay, from the high to the low. It takes 2 weeks. So if you go to lower time frame, like daily, 4 hour, there will be a trend. There will be a trend, okay? There will be a trend. There will be a trend. So basically, you will be looking for opportunity around here to trade all the way down. Trade all the way down. Have you seen? If you start adding the concept of Rust area of liquidity, you will start seeing that, okay? As you can see, so you may trade here, and you have your Rust area of liquidity here, you may trade here and take profit around here. Man is training. Okay. So you are going to trade all the way down here, okay? Then once price is here, for example, you've taken your profit on the weekly time frame, another engulfing candle is generated. Engulfing candle is generated from monthly zone. We got another engulfing candle. You can see this bearish candle. We have a new candle going higher and closed above the high. Okay, so this is engulfing candle. Okay, as a sign that the market is willing again to come back into this zone. Okay, hope you understand. So you can look for opportunity when this candle is testing. Okay, when this candle is testing. These are we are using a bigger time frame. It's the same for lower time frame. For example, you see this on a 15-minute, then a test is coming, and then you join from this test. Okay, you understand. This is the basic understanding. So here, price has broken the zone on weekly, but on a monthly date break. Okay, how do you know that? You know that because you get engulfing candle on weekly, and the price is coming back inside the zone. As you can see, it's coming back inside the zone. As you can see on weekly. Okay, on weekly. So now we know that institutions are willing, are trying to respect the zone. You are on a monthly, as you can see, you are on a monthly time frame, as you can see here. And then you have what? You have a confirmation that price is willing to go down. Okay, this is a new zone is generated around here. The new zone is generated, and after being generated, price crossed below. Okay, price crossed below, but we didn't see any test. Okay, we didn't see any test. Market continued to go down until here. Yeah, we got another zone. Okay, we got another zone here. You see price closed about below the wick. And then price is trying to test the zone and then went down. After going down, new zone is generated. Price testing the zone around here. Okay, as you can see. This one comes from here. Okay. So this is a valid zone. If you start adding liquidity, you understand. Break secondary liquidity. Understand? Okay. But this is going to be respected. Okay. As you can see. So you are on weekly. You can wait for daily and the 4 hour. You can even see how manipulation is forming. Okay. Weekly, go to daily or 4 hour. Okay. It will be challenging for the first time, but you will like it. Okay. You see how we scan the market? Market is coming, and you know this is secondary liquidity, but it has a zone. So market may go higher, okay, to sell from this internal structure and come back. You are waiting, for example, a confirmation. A confirmation is daily engulfing, okay, which is this area. Price, this area, okay. As you can see, daily engulfing is created, then a test is coming back, then you can join a move, okay. Liquidity was already taken. Everything is all about when liquidity was taken, okay. We'll do refinement later. I'm just trying to show you exactly what to look for, okay. So, um, for example, let me use the closest price action here. We are only monthly time frame, for example. Then Bitcoin is hitting the zone. Okay. So if we are going to deal with a price action here, what do you do? So you first of all you have to find if you have this as a demand zone, as your demand zone, you have to also find the closest supply zone. Closest supply zone can be a bearish engulf or a failed or a broken demand zone. For example, this was also a demand zone. This one, when market engulfed this candle, this was a demand zone. Okay, when the demand zone was broken around here, so when it is broken, it can become a supply zone. Okay, so when you are buying from here, you target this zone, the closest zone. Okay, maybe on a time frame or maybe based on analysis, maybe you are going higher, but assuming that you have no direction, you want to trade from one zone to another, one zone to another. So you trade from here all the way here. Okay, all the way here. If this candle closes well as bullish candle, then a new demand zone will have been created around here. So market can react in this area and still use this one to continue. Okay, to continue. So what do you do when you are here? Market is hitting the zone. Market is hitting the zone and they have no idea what to do. You wait for, you go to weekly or daily. Okay, on weekly you've got what? On weekly you have got this area was truly engulfed. Okay, on weekly. Now you have a zone. After getting a zone, you got a pullback. Okay, you've got what? You've got a pullback. So after getting this pullback, what do? You go to, because you have a weekly zone, in case you want to buy from here, you use daily or weekly. This is the zone being tested is a weekly zone. The zone being tested is the weekly zone. So you need to use daily or 4 hour for confirmation. Where are we are looking for here when the price is coming back. Okay. We use daily or 4 hour for confirmation. Okay. Use daily or 4 hour for what? For confirmation. Okay. If you look at here, you go to what? You have a confirmation around here, a buy program. Okay. You've got what? You've got a buy program around here, and market is pushing, is testing this area. After testing this area, market is going higher. After that, market comes back and it takes you out. So why? Something that I will explain that later when we talk about how liquidity is formed in these areas, how market makers models is created around this area. I will explain that. Okay, because it's a recurring pattern. It's a recurring pattern that we see. It's a recurring pattern you will be seeing. Okay. So it's something that happens every day. Most of the time, you're going to see that. Basically, if I can you remember what we call A, B, C corrective move, okay? But I have another way I will explain this so that you fully understand it, okay? You fully understand it, you will see that, okay? Remember, I told you I'll be talking about how Argo works, okay? Because when they talk about Argo, you will never buy until a liquidity is taken, a structure a structural or high is taken. Okay. For example, if market is testing this area, don't buy until before this comes back. Before price, when price here, before it comes back, look left here how the market went higher. Try to see a possible low that will be taken, which is this one. So you will never buy until it is taken. Okay. So if you buy here, you are breaking the rule. You are buying here, but you forgot that we need to see a low being taken. Okay. A low being taken. So with that in mind, a valid confirmation will be this one. On a daily will be this one. This engulf. Remember, two candles can complete our pattern. This one did not break the high, but this one broke the high. Okay. So this is the zone. This is the true zone for you to buy. Okay. After equity was taken, you get it. You get it. Okay. When we start talking about Argo, how it works, you understand this. Okay. Don't worry. You may see this as a confirmation. It's okay. But something's coming for you because you didn't wait for equity to be taken. Okay. You didn't wait for equity to be taken. So that's it. So your confirmation is here on what? On the daily time frame. So daily time frame is being tested. Assume you want to buy from here. Daily confirmation, a pullback. You are supposed to go long around here and you put your stop loss below this daily zone. Okay. And then you target a certain level. Okay. You target what? You target a certain level. For example, you may target this one as your secondary liquidity on this area. Okay. For example, you may target this liquidity. Okay. Secondary liquidity. Okay. After this break or sutra, we have a pullback. Okay. Secondary liquidity. You may target that. Okay. Or if you believe you are going higher, you may target this primary liquidity of this internal structure, which is here. Okay. After this break. Okay. So, but this is a bigger stop loss. Okay. Assume you want to buy from here. You are buying from daily zone. Daily zone is being tested. Okay. So to confirm, you can use the 4 hour or 1 hour, one time frame or two time frame lower. 1 hour or 4 hour or 1 hour to confirm the trade. Okay. The trade. Okay. So some of you have been telling you, you guys try to see what is happening. Okay. A zone was generated. Okay. Remember, a confirmation is here. Which candle that confirmed the zone? The candle that confirmed the zone is this one. The first blue. Is this the blue or green? I think it's green or blue. Let me call it green. The first green candle you have here, it did not break the high. Okay. But the second one broke the high. This is the one that confirmed that this is a daily zone. So where is the movement starting from? A pullback. A pullback is starting from here. A pullback is starting from here. So once a pullback is starting from here, we are going down. You can even sell, okay? Remember, this is the day time frame. You can sell this candle because you know what is going to happen. You are going to test the zone, okay? Because you have seen sign. You can sell this zone all the way down, and I will show you how to target, okay? So here, you are going to test daily zone. So once you know this movement is going down, in order to buy from here, first of all, go through a time frame, start this move, and try to find the liquidity that will be taken before you confirm like the way we did it here. Okay. So go to 4 hour, for example. Go to 4 hour. And you try to see. So which low do we need to take out before which law algorithm you need to take out before it goes higher. You have the one here. You have the one here. Okay. So you have the one here. So this is a part of what you call market maker model. We drew a good schematic for you. Next sessions, I will be drawing good schematic, and I will be also showing you how to identify silver bullet pattern, ICT silver bullet pattern. Okay, I will be showing you how to identify it, which is here. This is ICT silver bullet pattern entry. Okay, after this manipulation is formed, we have a distribution, accumulation phase one, then accumulation phase two, which is silver bullet, that will be testing a certain mitigation block around here, which will make you will see a beautiful pattern that will be waiting for. A beautiful pattern that will be waiting for. For example, you may decide, okay, I'm not going to find zero buy opportunity on here, okay, or here, but I'm going to wait for silver bullet pattern around here so that I go out of this level. Okay, I'll show that. I will show you that, guys. Okay, don't worry. You will understand the silver bullet first. You understand all the phases you have here. This manipulation, accumulation one, accumulation two, which is silver bullet pattern that we'll be looking for. That's where you'll be looking for opportunity. Okay. And the right zone to look for here before where it will be testing. Okay. Will be seeing where it will be testing before you go higher. I will show you. Okay. But the process number one, during a test, don't forget, during a test of the zone, try to find a liquidity that will be taken. Because we always want to see this pattern. Okay. This is engulfing. Okay. We always want to see a pattern like this. Okay. So this is engulfing, or this is the zone. Okay. This is the zone. We always need to see the liquidity that will be taken before price goes higher, and we look for buy opportunity below this area. Okay. So this is what we are seeing here. This is what we are seeing here. Okay. We'll be looking for opportunity, a zone that will be taken before price goes higher. Okay. These rules. This is much like doing something like this. That's what we are drawing. Okay. That's what we are drawing. And to see liquidity here, that will be taken before we move on. Okay. That's the best place to stay safe. That's the best way to stay safe. Okay. That's the best way to stay safe. So this is how you will be marking the zones. This is how you'll be marking the zones. I'm using BTC. We are going to go to also to see different examples. We go to Grid to see these different examples. We go to Grid to see different examples. There will be so many examples around here when price is testing the zone. Okay. When price is testing what? When price is testing the zone. For example, if you have a zone here and you got a confirmation here before you make entry, there is a reason why market does something like this. Okay. If you come here before market goes higher and you've got a confirmation around here after testing a certain zone, there is a reason why market does this. Okay. There's a reason why market does this. Okay, before going higher, okay. There is a reason why market does this before going higher. Very insane. I hope you can see that before going higher. Okay, have you seen before going higher? Those are a simple example on what time frame. If you come back here, you can see. Let's check for hour. For hour, there is no zone around here. Let me use like 1 hour. Okay, yeah, on 1 hour. This is a 1 hour zone. Okay, I'm talking about this area. This is your 1 hour zone. Okay, market is coming to test. Okay, so I'm trying to show how to filter and understand the perfect area to look for entry. Okay, so assume that price is here. So on 1 hour to get confirmation, you need 30 minutes or 15 minutes. Okay, up to 30-minute time frame, one time frame or two time frame lower. Okay, then this is the zone. This is the zone. Okay, this is the zone. Ignore this inside the candle. This is the zone. Okay, or go to 15 minutes to see exactly where price likely to test. Okay, still this is the zone. Not this one. Look at this candle. That's the last candle. Okay, it took a lot of time to engulf it. Okay, so this is your buy zone. This is your buy zone. Okay, then you want to buy from here, but you have no idea. Am I going to place my order around here? Yes. So go through a time frame from 15 minutes to like 5 minutes, for example, or 1 minute. Okay, try to identify which 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 law algorithm is going to take before it goes higher, and you clearly see that. Remember, it must be a zone that was created during engulf. When the market is coming back here, you immediately see that. Okay, and it's the one you are going to use to go higher. This is your last area of liquidity, of course. You get it. So market goes higher. So it created another zone. Another zone. Create another zone. Which zone? We don't see that on the. Don't see that on the hourly. Let's check on the 40 minutes. In 40 minutes, you have another zone. Assume this was 1 hour, and you wait for 30-minute confirmation, for example, and you got a confirmation around here for your entry, and you want your confirmation zone to be tested, for example. Okay, then go through a time frame, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, try to see area where algorithm need to take before we fly. Okay, okay, this beautiful law you have here. Usually you will start it's much like uh, it's much like secondary liquidity of this zone. If you see the break, secondary liquidity of this zone. Okay, if this was a range, this becomes a range structure. All of these you have here are range structure of this area, this secondary liquidity. Okay, you will see that everything is being connected to another. Okay, it's being connected to another. So that's it. That's it. So this pattern may not be formed. Okay, most of the time, sometimes it may not be formed, but it's okay. You have to know that so that you safeguard yourself. Okay, that you safeguard yourself. So Go to gold. Okay, gold. Um, Go to gold now on gold. If you go to monthly time frame, if you go to monthly time frame, for example, the moment gold was buying from here, you can this test, for example, it was testing this zone. Okay, so can you see multiple tests? This one around here. Okay, you can see this one around here. Now, you can see this one. We have a multiple or broken zones. We can consider this. You can see how it reacts to the zone and it goes higher. Okay. There are two types of reaction that you have to understand. There is a reaction, immediate kind of that test after a break. For example, this break happens, then a new kind of that start is likely to test again, then it goes higher. But we need a clear pullback on the same time frame. Okay. There is immediate candle that will be testing the zone. There is also a main pullback that will be formed. We see this very often. Okay. Look at this move that was created all the way there. Okay. From there, we then see another zone. We don't know if gold will ever come back here. We don't know if gold will ever come back here. Okay. You see, it comes back to the river rebalance. Okay. I show this pattern. Okay. But I think I told you about that. When you have a candle trading higher, then rejects, and another one tries to come back, this becomes a zone. Okay. So you have to mark this area, that week you see. Always mark like this. Okay. So I will take time to explain this pattern right in the future. So you can see we didn't see anything, but if you go to our time frame, there will be more zones that will be created. Okay. There will be more zones that will be created. Okay. In this zone, you can see you have another one. You can do refinement. So you can see you can do refinement. Price goes higher. Okay. Another zone, there is no test. Okay. Then you've got another zone. Okay. It tests successfully. Market goes higher. Then another one is created around here. Okay. So you can see a test. It's normal. Don't think too much. Okay. Mark it as you see. Don't think too much. Okay. You can see it's being tested. There is no question about that. Okay. There is always that candle that will immediately test after a break, this one. But there will also be a main pullback that will come, which is this one. Something I'm done telling you. Always remember, once you see a break, there is a certain candle that's going to test, and buy it, knowing that there will be a main pullback that will be formed. Okay. So another zone here, another opportunity to go higher. Okay. Another opportunity to go higher. You will use daily and 4 hour and these zones. Usually on gold, you need to use a bit lower time frame. because it's very volatile. Very volatile. Okay. Yeah, are we are here. Yeah, are we are here. It's true. We change the color. Zones are there. There is no question about that, whether you accept or not. Okay. So let me use lines so that I differentiate. So this is the low of the zone. This is the high of the zone. Okay. So market is coming back to test. Okay. So if it is coming back, gold usually use 2 time frame lower. It's better because it's very volatile. Okay. You can still use daily, but better at least 2 time frame lower. Okay. It's very, very, very volatile. So what happens when the market is coming back? Where is, according to algorithm, where is the low? Market is likely to take it before you go higher. I think your eyes can see that. Okay. You immediately know that we are testing, but there is a certain area that the market needs to take before we go higher. You must see a clear low. Yeah, and easy to see. Okay. Before you go higher. You get it. So you get it. Okay. Have you seen the same pattern? It's a recurring pattern. Okay. If there is no low around here, assuming that price went straight without creating a low, it went without creating a low. So what happens, market will try to create one here, around here. For example, you have in your zone, the zone is like this. The zone is like this. And then the market went here without creating a certain low. Okay. Immediately it went higher without creating a low. So what market does, it will drop and try to create a low. It may create immediate low or it may create a certain pattern like this. Shows that it's going higher. Shows you that it's going higher. And it comes back to take it and then you go higher. Okay. If there is no liquidity around here, market will try to generate one around here. Market will try to generate one around here. Okay. It will try to generate one. So always remember that. Always remember that. So you are trying to see the power of those zones. They are there. Don't ignore them. They are there. And you have no choice. They are there. Okay. They are always there. Daily zone. You are struggling about finding entry on gold. Use this only. Exercise patience. Wait for to see engulfing candle. Okay. As your zone. Then add last area of liquidity. If you talk about, then we'll be safe. Okay. You'll be safe. This daily, you can wait, you can take like 1 week or 2 weeks waiting for the setup, okay, on gold, for example. And if you are good at, there are some people among of you who are good at swing trading. Me, I'm not, okay. I tried hard, but I'm not. The psychology doesn't allow it. We are different in terms of psychology, okay. Some people are very smart at holding for a long time, okay. I think I don't know where the guy is. I think he was from Haiti or Dominican Republic. I don't know. He was holding a trade like 2 months or 3 months, okay? Because he's good at it, okay? So you may wait, make entry around here, and hold if you want for a longer time, okay? Or many days if you want. If it goes against you, that's it. But if you believe you are going somewhere, yeah, that's fine. That's fine, okay? So what happens here where we have no zone? Remember, imbalance are also our zones, okay? Imbalance our zones. Use the same concept. You are testing a daily imbalance. Maybe you can check 4 hour or 1 hour for confirmation. You are in daily. Daily imbalance is also another zone. Okay, it's another zone. Okay, this time I'm talking about engulfing candle. Okay, don't forget that this also is a zone. Imbalance. Okay, imbalance is also a zone. Add that to your arsenal. Okay, because if you're going to wait for to test engulfing zones only, you will miss some trade. For example, here, market did not hit any daily zone, so you are not going to trade. Okay, but if you remember that imbalance is also another zone, you will be safe. You are here. You are waiting for market to test what? To test this engulfing candle, this area. The market is not testing. Okay, you see, it's not testing. So you noted imbalance here. You mark this area, you mark also imbalance, and you sit and relax, you wait. Okay, you wait 4 hour or 1 hour for confirmation. Okay, 4 hour or 1 hour. I'm trying on 1 hour. Let's see if we see the chart. So if you refer, they are not accepting. Let me check on 4 hour. Check on 4 hour. On 4 hour, on 4 hour, as you can see, we still have a bigger candle. As you can see, there is no way to trade in this area, but I'm sure on 4 hour, on 1 hour, there would be a setup here on 1 hour. In 1 hour, you're likely to see that. Okay. In 1 hour, you are likely going to see that. You're likely going to see that. Example, even here, you can see there is no what? There is no clear setup. Maybe except this one, I don't consider it as a good setup because the main candle is here. Okay, the main candle is here. Still, if you use lower time frame, like 1 hour, you may find a good setup. Okay, so why is this happening? Why do you have this week? The check on daily. Some people don't understand why. For example, there's something I always tell you guys. I don't know if you remember, but I want you to never forget this now, forever. Look at this here. Why do we have this week? Why do we have this week around here? Why market is purging here? If you go to daily, check daily, ask yourself before you buy how the move was started. Okay, the move started with manipulation on the daily, with until the FU on the daily. Okay, until the FU on the daily. This is until the FU on the daily. You see that? So you are going down into your zones. Okay, you are in your zones. The first reaction, you see the first reaction of this candle. Okay, now you need another manipulation on the daily against this one, and you didn't see one. There is no one around here. Okay, as of now, there is no one. Okay, there is no one. Unless you see there is a liquidity grab, it's okay. This can become liquidity grab and the market may go higher. But look at the next candle. Next candle, try to fill the zone, the wick. Remember, a big wick is liquidity to take or to fill. Okay. And then we didn't see any manipulation as of now. We are still bearish. Maybe we are planning to come back here. We are still bearish. But you see a negation, a manipulation forms against this one. strong FU. Okay, so this is a sign that market is going to go higher. That's why you see that weak. Like it needs to grab liquidity, make a reversal. Okay, that's it. Okay, so you have to understand why things happen. So if you are, for example, you are in your zone, assuming you have a zone here, and this zone is it, you are going to buy using, for example, 15-minute time frame. Then market is starting from here to test the zone. Okay, this is a 15-minute time frame. This is a bearish candle, 15-minute time frame. Show me bullish candle, sorry. This is a bullish candle. And then we have this is another candle which is bearish. Then we have a high, and here we also have what? We also have a high. Okay, this is the high on this candle. A perfect manipulation on a 15-minute time frame. Okay, on a 15-minute time frame, you have a manipulation. Okay, then you have a more candles going down. Okay, on a 15-minute time frame. On a 15-minute time frame. So when we are here, 15-minute time frame started with manipulation. So we need another manipulation here instead this zone against this one to confirm the setup. We need to trade lower and we go higher. Okay. We need to trade lower and we go higher. The manipulation against the previous one. Okay. We need to see something like this. It's our zone. Okay. So if we, for example, price is here and the market creates a bullish candle like this, and you try to enter, something like this is likely to happen. Now the bullish candle may go up, then go down, comes back, grabs liquidity, maybe it goes up again. Okay, something like this. Okay, see that? Because we need the manipulation against the previous one on the same time frame. So always check how the move started. It started the manipulation at a certain time frame. We're actually going to see another same manipulation on the same time frame. So if you see a candle closing as a normal candle without the manipulation, pay attention. So pay attention. Okay, pay attention. Pay attention. Okay, so that's how you'll be dealing with zones. With zones, if you look at the daily time frame here, you can see this is a buy opportunity. Oh, sorry. This is your buy opportunity. Okay. This is your buy opportunity. Okay. This is your buy opportunity on daily zone. Okay. This is your buy opportunity on daily zone. Many candles can complete the pattern. For example, here market is not testing the zone around here, but you have another one that was left behind around here. As you can see, market is using that one, a broken zone, to continue. Okay, here market is testing this zone. This big candle was engulfed by two candles, okay? Still a zone. Okay, it is testing that, okay? The market here is very far. Market is not coming back. However, we have a zone here. Market did not close below this zone. If you didn't close this zone, you wait for a pattern around here. You wait for 4 hour or 1 hour. Go to 4 hour. Go to 4 hour and try to see what happens on 4 hour. Even if market traded below, it didn't close below the zone. Okay. In 4 hour, you have what? You have a 4 hour confirmation around here. That price is willing to go higher. So this is where to find a good entry, safe entry for continuation setup. For continuation setup, okay. You see how many patterns we see. Okay. This was a daily zone. What is the confirmation on this daily zone? Confirmation is here. You have a 4 hour engulfing. Okay. Now we know you are ready to find buy opportunity on this zone to continue the trend. Continue the trend. Okay. Here, buy opportunity to continue the trend. It's a matter of waiting. It's a matter of waiting. Okay. If you see price pushing higher, just wait. It will come back. Okay. Because it needs balance. It needs to make a balance. Remember what the meaning of engulfing candle is. This means imbalance between buying and selling. This is a buy pressure is stronger than sell pressure. So need to come back to find the balance, okay, before we go higher. So with that in mind, we will be able to wait. We will be able to wait, okay? So where are we now? Here, what do we have on the weekly? On the weekly, this can still be seen as a valid zone and not close below it. Okay. Go to daily to confirm. On the daily, we have what? We have a price going higher, failed, comes back, goes higher. This can be engulfing candle. This one. Okay. Maybe you can do refinement. It's okay. Maybe you choose this one. Choose this one, but I prefer this one because nothing has broken this candle. Okay. Now, after market is testing the zone, you can see also another daily zone was created. Okay. Maybe you do refinement again around here. Daily zone is created here. You can see the low was taken out. The low was taken out. I didn't close below the low. Okay, still a valid zone. How do you know that? You go to 4 hour and 1 hour. You see 4 hours here. It was not yet tested. Maybe price will come back. Okay, in the future. Okay. When I say in the future, you have to believe that it will come back in the future. I think there is a good example here. You can see price generated a good zone, but it never came back. But later, see what happened. To always remember that zone and it comes back to look for it. Okay. So whatever you see here, market may do something, and then, for example, may do something after taking this level, maybe to come back to look for what? Argo zone, and test the zone again, and then it goes higher. Or it may immediately come. Okay. So you understand. So if it doesn't test it, it's okay. But if you are buying, remember these are big moves. You can still use 1 hour to try to find the zones. Okay? You can still use 1 hour to find the zones. Okay, you can still use 1 hour to find zones. Okay, this one was broken here. Being broken is candle. Other candles are inside this one. Okay, all of them are inside this one. That's why I keep preferring this one. Broken, smaller test forms around here. Okay, and then new pullback comes, it didn't touch. However, it traded into this imbalance. Okay, imbalance is also another zone. Always remember that. Okay, trade into this imbalance. Okay, take it simple as much as possible. You will be free. You will be free. You will be free from the stress. Okay, there's another zone generated. Okay, and see this is your entry zone. This is your entry zone. This is your entry zone. Okay, then you have another zone here. This one. This one. Don't worry if it is broken. Okay, market did not close below the wick. Okay, what you need is to look for, you are on 1 hour, look for 15-minute or 5-minute engulfing. Okay, do something like this: 15-minute, 30-minute, 15-minute. Okay, as you can see, 15-minute, 5-minute, as you can see. Price did not fully touch the zone. However, in terms of the block, if you use other block, it's okay. It will be this area. In terms of the block, not engulfing. Okay, understand? One candle engulfing too. Okay, use whatever you have in your arsenal. So here or on 1 hour, we add the manipulation, guys, and I will show you how to do so many refinements to find the manipulation zone. Okay, manipulation zone. Because if you know what we talked about, price here, if you look here, you see manipulation zone. So you know the zone is around here based on what the manipulation zone you have around here. High conference setups, okay? You know, it's likely going to be formed around here, as you can see. I'm talking about this zone, this manipulation. Try to see. Okay. Inverted HCS setup, as you can see. Okay. We'll add the manipulation, guys, later to do some more refinements. Okay. By this time, I'm trying to show you this. Try to see if you can see that. If market is coming back, try to find if there is a low that market may take, algorithm may take to go higher. Okay. Price still pushing. So here, price is testing what? Imbalance. At the same time, testing what? I think there is a broken zone on 4 hour, which I've seen, which is remember, a broken zone, a surprise zone being broken can become a demand zone. This was a surprise zone. We are supposed to be looking for sell opportunity here. But price is broken, needs to come back to test the zone. Okay, needs to come back to test the zone. Okay, at the same time creating liquidity around here, which may be taken in the future, for example, or can be left behind for a long time. So price testing the zone. So what are we going to look for tomorrow? Tomorrow you have a 4 hour zone here. Okay? You have a 4 hour zone here. And you have another 4 hour zone here. So you are playing inside these zones. Okay. If this zone is respected, think about this area. If you see confirmation here, that means the price is probably willing to break. Okay. Price is willing to break the zone. Okay. Break the zone. So I was like, we are possibly completing the pullback. Remember, A, B, C corrective move. We are getting a confirmation. Probably you may see higher prices. Maybe to even create a big trend. I don't know. Okay. You don't know, just wait. If it forms, you understand. Okay. However, you have a manipulation, institutions are here. And it's manipulation on the daily time frame. So a new day may test this area. Remember, you have a 4 hour engulfing candle around here. So if a new day tomorrow we test this area and you go higher, you can hold that trade. Okay? You can hold that trade because it may go higher. Okay, it may go higher. It may go higher. So I was like, maybe we are completing the bigger pullback, a BC collective move, probably going higher. Or I don't know. I'm not trying to predict the whole market. I'm showing you exactly what to look for. So tomorrow, focus on these areas. Mostly this one. This one. Okay. This one. If there is no test, market may still even go higher and then come back. Come back to continue a trend. Okay. Continue a trend. So those who remember the concept of liquidities, when I say void in week, void in bar, I think you have those sessions. Some of you have these sessions. Void in week around here, for example. This void in week. I know some people don't understand that in 2024. We talked about that. And you come back, you find imbalance in this zone. For example, this may be the main area that may bring a pullback, for example. You see this void in week, okay? So after touching this void in week type 1, you remember we have two types. Then you have another void in week here, okay? For example, here, let me see. Void in week, you have another void in week around here. Because we move from one zone to another, okay? We move from one zone to another, okay? We move from one zone to another. Hope you remember all this stuff. We have a void in the week around here. Remind you. So after reacting, we have then the trade away gap. Imbalance that was left behind. Okay. After trading that imbalance, we have another void in the week around here. It was not filled. And so market moves from one zone to another. Have this one. Okay. So the same can happen. Okay. Trade in this zone, come back here. So I'm just trying to show you in case this one is not tested, don't panic. Okay. Don't panic. Anything can happen. So by this time, once a new day start, what is the key level? In case you want to go higher, what is the key level? The key level is here, and also this imbalance. Okay. It's the key level. Also this imbalance is the key level. Okay. for price to go higher. Okay. So daily needs the 4-hour key level, and we have it. Okay? If price has to go higher, I would love to see price trading in this area, and then we go higher. If it doesn't happen, that's okay. That's okay. So that's it. We would love to see price dropping around here. For example, this may go higher. Look what I see, for example. You have first cycle, pullback. Okay. Second cycle, pullback. Last cycle, free cycle. Okay. It may touch this area or somewhere. Then you get another bigger pullback. You need to touch this zone before you go higher. Okay. Hope you can see that. So if tomorrow you see market is pushing, I have a strong move without testing this area, it doesn't mean it will come. It may come back. Okay. It may come back using this technique. It may come back. Okay. It may come back. Free cycle. For those, you can use Elliott waves at your own if in case you want to understand the cycles. Cycles, ABC corrective move. Okay. First push, where is ABC corrective move? It's here. A, B, C corrective move. Then you go higher. Now that cycle is complete, pull back. A, B, C corrective move. Okay. Here. A, B, C corrective move. And we need the last cycle, for example. Probably you are going to take the high, then you get a pullback maybe around here. Okay. So don't panic. If you see gold start trading higher, it doesn't mean to come. Okay. Because there is always imbalance. Market is likely going to come back to test this zone before you go higher. Okay. Okay. I cannot stress enough the power of understanding cycle and the pullback. Those who got that session, go back and watch that. Okay. Don't go deep into area to waves, you'll be confused. Just understand cycles. Understand the cycles. Okay. Expansion move will have a 3 cycles. Pullback will have a 2 cycles. Okay. A push, a pullback, a push. ABC for a corrective move. That's the nature of a pullback. Okay. Okay. This means if you don't see a low being taken during a pullback, there is a problem. For example, you are buying from here, you didn't see a clear low being taken like this one. You are likely going to be taken. Okay. You are likely going to be taken. What I'm showing you, I show you proof. I show you proof. You can see A, B, C corrective move. So this is a proof. And you can match it with what I've been telling you. Okay. We always need liquidity. For example, your market went straight. There was no clear low to take. So market need to generate liquidity. And how is that happen? ABC corrective move. Okay. Into see liquidity being generated before you go higher. Okay. Before you go higher. That's the nature of a pullback. Okay. Pullback, ABC corrective move. Don't forget that. That's why even higher time frame I'm showing you probably a pullback is complete or not. I don't know, because many pullback may create the A, B, C, D, E pattern. A, B, C pattern is when we create another low. A, B, C, D, E. Okay, those stuffs happen. Okay, but if you normal, if you study pullbacks, you see most of the time A, B, C. Okay, so after first push, you need a pullback and another push, and the cycle is complete. Okay, the cycle is complete. You have one push, a first push of a pullback, another small pullback, another push, the cycle is complete. Understand that. Try to understand that. Another push, this one is seen on a time frame. push, pull back, push, another push. Okay, maybe because we are on our time frame, for example, on what time frame? Let's see on daily. Here where are we? The daily. Don't see that. What was I marking? Don't see. I forget where I am. Is it here? Don't know. I think it's here. On weekly, we have a push, pullback, push. Can you see the nature of pullback? So the same here. I see push, pullback, push, and I say maybe we are going higher. I don't know. What matters, let's follow what daily candle is gonna do, and we keep doing that. We keep following that. Okay. Complete the pattern, comes back, and then we go higher. Okay. That's it. And don't forget all of those areas, last area of liquidity. This one was taken. Okay. Maybe this one. This one. Okay. So may touch this area, come back, or it may trade a little bit higher and still come back because we have so many areas to okay. Maybe it may touch here, still have last area liquidity here. It may touch this area and then you come back. Okay. So that's it. That's it. What matters today, try to see how to mark these engulfing candles and take it easy. Make it easy. For example, if you are here, make it easy. Okay. Engulfing candle is being tested. Look for this 5. Let's use 50. 1 hour. 1 hour. Try to see that. Okay. Try to see that engulfing candle. During the test, this is 1 hour. Go to 30 minutes, 15 minutes, or I taught you how to trade for 1 hour candle. Mark the open and then use our time frames to see what? To see opportunity. Okay. There was no clear negation. I don't know why big liquidity. This would be a very dangerous trade because there was no negation. If you check here, there's liquidity to be taken. He didn't even take it. Okay. This would be a very dangerous trade. I don't know if it's for this broker, maybe another one. Maybe you may check on the IC market. Maybe it was taken. I don't know. But I would love to trade only when this low is taken. When this low is taken. Okay? That's the rule. As you can see, it took out this doji only and went higher. Okay. Well, that's okay. Some trade, you are going to miss some trade. You cannot catch it all. Okay. Maybe because of the broker. I don't know. I will check on the MT5 and see. This is supposed to be taken before we go higher. Okay. However, it remains liquidity. It remains liquidity. So market may decide to come back. Boom. Grabs this one. This liquidity. And then run away. Okay. So that's it for today. I want to show you exactly how to mark these zones. These are the basics, guys. We'll go deep into that. These are the basics. But I'm showing you Don't say you have missed a setup. Don't say you have missed a setup. Okay. For example, if a new day start, for example, we are here. If this day we break we created a new 4-hour zone around here, you can immediately buy the candle, the first candle that is going to test this area. After we break the high, the first candle, 4-hour candle. You know how to trade the 4-hour candle. Okay. Go back to the previous sessions and then buy the move and get out. Okay. Because the pullback may, I have shown you the cycle. Okay. The pullback may come back and it takes you out, trace the zone, then you go higher. Okay. So don't say you have missed a move. Okay. Don't say didn't see setups are everywhere. If we go back, even here, you can see them. Okay. A zone being tested, price goes higher. The zone being tested, okay, then price goes higher. Okay. After going higher, a new zone is created for a pullback. This one. Okay. You are selling this candle, this one that is testing. You are selling this one to go down. Where? You are going down here. Okay. You are trading against this zone. You are trading against this zone. Okay. Understand that. However, if you go to daily, even if you are trading against this zone, you need to find a zone that will be taken before price goes higher in terms of algorithm. And this is the one. Okay, this is the one. Okay, so if you are trading this area, you know market is now coming back to test the zone. The minimum target is supposed to be this area before you look for buy opportunity. Okay, as I told you. Okay, as I told you. So look what I told you here. When a zone is generated and there is no clear high around here, market will try to generate a liquidity. They try to generate a double top here. That will be purged. Okay. And it will be using, of course, the ABC corrective move. Okay. Where this first high is going to be a purge before price goes down. But there is no clear high here. Okay. So market needs to generate a clear liquidity that is going to be taken before we go down. Okay. That's it. Okay. So go back and start loving what? Start loving these simple candles, this zone, these engulfing candles. Okay. Market, try to find the opportunity. Okay. This is the zone. Try to find a buy program around here. This is the zone. This is money. This one was not broken. Okay. This was not broken. If you feel like you want to buy from here, you will use raw time frame to find a clear zone. You have a good one. Okay. See, find opportunity. Okay. It's a big move. It's a big move. Okay. Big move. I guess 500 pips. I don't know. Okay. So try to love that. Try to love that. Okay. Try to love that. There is a first candle that's going to test this one. There's a mini pullback, this red candle. Okay. So use this system alone. Use this system alone, and then add those concept of liquidity. Okay. Then we'll do refinement, and then I recommend that minimum 1 hour, 1 hour zone, minimum 1 hour zone for a good move. 1 hour zone, 4 hour, 1 hour, and the daily for swing setup. Swing trading, daily. Okay. Then day trading 4 hour, 1 hour zone. Stick to that. Okay. Stick to that. Stick to that. What I'm telling, I'm just saying, if you have a zone like this, try and find opportunity to sell. Maybe and hold like 1 or 2 or 3 hours and you go out, okay? Based on the liquidity you have here. Right here, try and see if you can find opportunity here and hold based on what you see, okay? What you see, maybe target the last liquidity around here and get out. Hold like 1, 2 hours. 2 hours on gold, it's a big move, okay? Huge pips on gold, okay? Huge pips on gold. So this is if you are scalping. If you are scalping, you will be taking these moves like 1 hour candles, use 30 minutes and 15 minutes to find the zones, okay? Find the zones if you want to scalp the move. Or you can hold by entering as a scalper. This is the move, this is the zone, okay? When the market is testing the zone, go to a time frame. This is another zone, okay? It was a broken river body, okay? We mark the candle only, okay? Price comes back, okay? Go to a time frame to see is there any load that can be taken for algorithm before we go higher. So there is no clear before. Remember, you have to mark what? You have to mark the zones, okay? Rust of equity, if there is no clear zone, mark this one. Okay, so like you're going to generate one. We start seeing market creating certain lows around here. If you look for buy opportunity, okay? You look for buy opportunity. So this time you are trading 1 hour. You are trading. We're trading 1 hour candle formation. Okay, 1 hour candle formation. This is 1 hour. We're buying this 1 hour candle. Okay, in case you are scalping. Okay, that's it. 1 hour candle is 15 minutes zones to look for setups. So that's it. You may think it's basic, but if you go back in history and you try to see what was happening, you will love that. Take it as a basic setups. Don't overcomplicate it, and then it will be much easier for you. Okay, it will be much easier for you. Setups are everywhere here. They are everywhere. Weekly zone confirmation daily. Sir, there is a weekly zone here. Okay, if you go to weekly, you can see that engulfing on a daily. This one, sir, another daily zone, sir. Okay, sir. So it's all about take it easy, and then add more equities. Then we'll do more refinement, and after doing more refinement, then we'll go deep into how algorithm seek buy and sell liquidities. Okay, how algorithm seeks buy and sell opportunities. Okay, after that we understand why this needs to be taken out. Okay, once you start talking about that, you understand why this need to be taken out. You understand that, okay? But as of now, first of all, take it easy. Take it easy. If price here, you have 4 hour zone. If new candle start and it gives you chance around here, buy it. Because it can generate around thousands of pips. For example, to reach this area. to reach this area. You can generate thousands of pips, okay, to reach these zones. Okay, you can go there with a single candle, gold, okay, doesn't joke. You can go there, you can buy here, maybe you enter with 10 pips of stop loss, or 15 or 20 in a matter of 4 hours or 6 hours. You see the candles around here with like thousands of pips, okay, around here. Okay? So that's it. So take it easy, and if you are good at swing trading, this is the right way. It comes back, you get a confirmation. This is the 4 hour, you get a confirmation in 1 hour, 1 hour or 13 minutes. Wait for the same setup we are talking about, find a good entry and hold that trade, okay, fearlessly. Okay? Because it's regularly going to hit that in case you are going higher. Okay? If it goes down, accept and look for opportunity around here. Okay? Hope you understand that. So that's it, guys, for today. Until next time, good luck and good trading. I'm going out in the group. This computer is still slow. I have installed the Windows 11, one of the operating systems I hate, especially when booting, everything goes slow on Windows 11. So I'm still working on it, but as of now, I'm still using it as of now. I'm not planning to change it quickly. So probably we may have a session tomorrow or next tomorrow, or we'll see. We'll talk about that in the group, and we'll do more about this. Okay? Do more about this. So until next time, guys, good work and good trading. I will upload this session soon in Google Drive. You will see that in Google Drive. Okay. So see you. Me out.